Okay, you start manifesting your life from early influences. That was the topic. And so I wrote that down because throughout my journey, I've noticed, um, recently, in fact, I started noticing the pattern and the direction and the things I went through in my life were manifested through early influences. Number one, I used to watch movies, and I watched this movie called Sleeping with the Enemy. And I don't know, my foster mother owned this movie and played it all the time. And it's about this woman, she's in this toxic relationship. This guy's abusing her and she has to escape for her life. And then she eventually meets her love, her soulmate or whatever. And so I recently, like when I got with my husband, when we finally found each other, we felt like we were searching for each other forever. We decided to go back and watch movies together we saw in our childhood and our past. Like we've been sharing our journeys the journeys we had before we met each other, being in this world without each other. So we kind of share it and bring each other into our experiences that we had. And so I started watching these old movies and I started to see, wait a minute. I started thinking of Sleeping with the Enemy. That's what happened to me. Did I manifest that? This is what, you see that, and what happens is these things you see on TV, they start writing programs in your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind starts to manifest for you because we came here with amnesia, so everything we begin to manifest is things normally that we're influenced. So I had the same abusive situation. I had to sneak and run away. I finally found my soulmate. It happened. Book I read in school, there was another girl. She was abused, forced to marry somebody, and she was forced to marry somebody at a young age, and he was abusive and stuff. Later, they finally broke up. She was older, and she got older, and she had spent all them years, her young years with this old man who was treating her bad. When she got older, she was finally free of him and single. And then she met the love of her life. He was younger than her. He brought her life back to life. And she finally felt that she could live the youth she missed out on with this guy. And he loved her. They had a love. I read this book. They had a love like I don't know what. And it was like a book I read in high school. Then that's what happened to me. I kind of missed out on a lot of things in my young life. And then I met my husband, and he's younger than me. And he has made me feel alive, just like I read in the book. It has made me feel like I used to feel so bad when I was in my 20s, being single, because, when I was in the church, we couldn't really date outside the church, and there was really nobody to date there, or nobody attractive or worth my time. And so I kind of felt like I missed out on my youth and having these experiences. And then, I finally meet my soulmate, and guess what? He is, sorry, wet dogs are running around. I just don't want to get wet. I finally meet my soulmate, and, I feel alive. I feel like I finally get to experience my youth. I was kind of worried about, not having a young man when I was super, super young in my early 20s. But I see now that I kind of manifested the stories that my early influences. And, those are just two of the stories I could think of. But I definitely have multiple stories. So think about in your life, whenever you've watched a movie, or whenever you played a video game, or whenever you read a book, or a story was told to you from someone. These things, they influence our subconscious mind to keep manifesting that reality. Now that we know that, we got to watch movies or read books consciously. We got to know, okay, this isn't real. You kind of got to tell yourself that so your subconscious can know. And you got to believe that even though you see a movie where somebody's getting abused by their spouse, you got to say, no, that is not my life. I manifested a loyal man that's going to take care of me. It's going to be good to me. And so Anyways, I just wanted to talk about how our early influence can manifest our life. And I bet you if you look back, you can think of things you manifested. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. You can think of things you manifested through an earlier influence. How about you share with me in the comments about that? I love to interact and communicate with you. Please sign up for my email list so we can stay in contact if you resonate with this channel. All right, thank you for watching. Namaste.